You're listening to the Cantina Cast, your home for thought-provoking Star Wars talk. Join Albert and Jonesy in breaking down the latest news, trailers, movies, and of course, your favorite characters from a galaxy far, far away.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cantina Cast. My name is Albert Padilla, and I'm leaning over talking into my mic. Hey, Jonesy's with me tonight. Welcome, Jonesy, and welcome everybody to this unboxing, man. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. This is pretty exciting. I was very disappointed when I didn't get to see this in person when we met up early in the week. So I'm excited to see it now. And like you mentioned to the entire world, I am so sorry for accidentally ripping the back of the package that no one will be able to see. But in retrospect, you have a nice place to start to actually unwrap the box without having to fumble for it. So
Yes.
You're welcome, I think, actually, is what you meant to say to me.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Look, clearly, everybody can see the damage done right here.
It's not on camera yet.
It's not. Yeah, okay, let's put it on camera.
I'm like in the background. Everything's backwards.
Why am I over here?
I don't know.
want that.
I'm second rate now. It's fine.
You're second? Oh my gosh. Hey guys, this is how about we do this? No. There we go. Look at that. So here, clearly you can see where I was hurt on the doll.
You were wounded, yes.
I was wounded right there. Yeah, he stuck his finger there. He's like, "Oh crap."
I was trying to pull it. There's little holes. I was just trying to pull it out of the styrofoam and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was the really firm, like hard plastic, like the sheets rather than like just saran wrap.
Yeah, it is just kind of a saran wrap. Okay, so if you're joining us and still around, haven't left already because it's been already a disaster start, we are going to unbox this thing. This is the Stellan Gios Lightsaber that was released by Disney stores and worldwide just a few weeks ago. This thing retailed for $329. I think it was like $350 all in. I saw people pick it up for about the same price at the parks. I don't think there was a difference, and there typically isn't, right, as far as pricing goes. But now you can actually find this. There's a lot of these for sale. They're all from the scalpers and people that bought multiple of them. It's sold out from Disney, but you can go find them online. And I want to say I saw a bunch sitting around $400, which seems to be about the going price.
Yeah, I think about $450 right now.
Yeah, okay, so they've went up then. I looked about maybe a week and a half ago at that point. So, but yeah, this is it. And we're also going to try to do some Q&A. So if you're in the chat tonight and you guys want to just throw some questions at us, we would appreciate it because it'll fill in a lot of the background and this while I'm sitting here trying to fuddle through this thing. We've already got some fans or some supporters tonight that have already joined us. Music Train's here. Star Wars guys. All right, let's see the bad boy. Well, we'll see you in a second, man. Steph is with us. Sky as well. And Alex has already chimed in and said this had better not be the Five Below version. This is not the Five Below. This is, well, 500 and below is probably this version, but not $5 and below.
Right. Yeah, and before we get started, a huge thanks to all of our Patreon members, now part of the tribe: Rob, Mike, Lauren, Dante, Risk, Justin, Jackson, Sharkman, Dan, Daz, Isabella, Uncle Leon, Josh, Jacob, and Reader Reborn is back. And then Delusions Granger members: Rod, CJ, Alex, Steve, and Das. Thank you all so much. Your money goes right back into the show, not into the lightsaber, but back into the show in other ways. So we certainly appreciate all of your contributions to the show. And we hope you enjoy this bonus content.
Yeah. And if you want, head out to cantinacast.com/YouTube, and you can like, subscribe, ring the bell, and be notified anytime we go live, anytime we have these shows. We've got a number of shows still lined up here coming up very recently. I don't know if you heard, but I broke the news that you're going to be on a show that I never gave you the date of. So
yeah, that's pretty common though. So
I said that and I thought, oh crap, I never even asked him. But December 17th is when we're tentatively scheduled to do the holiday special, which, by the way, that's the title too. If you didn't know that, but we're going to be talking about.
We're getting really creative these days.
Yeah, well, I thought it'd be funny because it doesn't make sense, and neither does the holiday special.
That's
but
true.
we're going to be talking about the holiday special, breaking that down with two people, maybe three people now. I just learned something very new recently when we were on our way heading to the movie theater. Maybe it was on the way back. You told me, I've never really seen the whole thing. Like, you've seen bits and pieces of it, like certain parts of it, but never like sat through beginning to end, right? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I think I've seen all of it out of order in just different things here and there, and so parts of it are less familiar to me than others. But I have not actually sat through from start to finish. And we had started at your place. We'd started, but we didn't get a chance to finish it out. So I'll actually have to go do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I sat him down in the living room. We started it. We got about, I don't know, we got up to Luke. So that had to be about like the 12, 15-minute mark.
We did not finish the Wookiee scenes before we started seeing red and had to take a break.
Oh man, that's going to be so much fun. But yeah, join us for that on the 17th. If that is indeed the time that Jonesy can make it. I don't know. I haven't asked him yet. Okay. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all that stuff on cantinacast.com/YouTube. All right. So I'm going to open this thing up. I'm going to start. So first off, I don't know if it requires battery. Well, it does require batteries. I don't know if the batteries are here. I didn't pre-plan this, so I didn't go get the batteries, which is terrible planning on my part. The one thing that was, I think, you picked this thing up. It's freaking heavy.
It's like, solid. Yeah. I mean, it's got a nice wood box to it. And just for those wondering about them, kind of got up a little, this is the battery module that you usually have to put in there. And you have to like unscrew it and stuff. You usually have to have a screwdriver. But
okay. All right.
Just happen to have one laying around, like most people. But yeah, no, this thing is like, it's a beautiful box though. I love the latches on the top. It's not as dark as what the pictures show. But this thing's got some weight to it. It's really lovely presentation, like just really great, really well done.
Yeah. Metal latches, nothing's like fake on that. We'll see what the lightsaber is like on the inside. And I've purposely not watched any of the unboxing other videos and stuff. I've not really looked into that stuff because I kind of want to be just genuinely surprised or not surprised with this thing. But out of the gate, yeah, like I would say definitely this thing is super heavy, very well constructed. Well, I don't know if it's well constructed. It's coming apart up here. Look at that. You see that?
Yeah, these things are typically not built to last, but
I see. This slides out.
That slides.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably still well made. I don't think you're gonna have any damage to this thing for the long term. But yeah, it does slide apart. Okay. All right, here we go. The unboxing begins.
Yep, I'm putting my finger in it. Stefan,
stop it.
All right. Let's see. I've got scissors too. I should have probably brought. Oh yeah, I did bring those out at least.
Should have let me finish the job. Is what you should have done.
I was like, "What are you doing now?" I actually didn't care if you would have pulled the plastic off, but it's much more exciting and there's a higher level of anticipation if we don't pre-open this thing ahead of time. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good.
It
smells like it smells like bamboo. It's got a wood smell to it. I'll taste it here in a second, but it almost smells like bamboo, I guess. Is that really? No, it's not bamboo. Maybe like a birch. Maybe oak.
It's usually like birch or pine or something like that.
Yeah, I'll taste it like I said in a second. It smells of pine and lacquer, is what this. And it's so weird because I have my camera like this way, and so if I go up, it goes to the left. If I go down, it goes to the right.
Right. So there's a little bit of is that a reflection that we're getting on the screen, like on the edges? Is it a little bit glossy or? Yeah. That's just the finish kind of coming.
No, it does. It's glossy, and you can. That's what I'm saying. It's got like that lacquer kind of smell. So they've definitely done something. That could be the stain itself. It almost smells like a stain as well. I'm not kidding you. There's a strong fragrance coming out of this. So
there's probably some sort of clear coat on it too. Yeah, just to keep the paint from chipping and all that.
I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. So
must be good.
Yeah. All right. So there's the latches. Oh, look at that. They pop into place. That's kind of cool. Right. Did you hear that? That's a cool sound effect.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it this way so you can actually see Stellan.
Stellan, yeah.
So yeah. Oh, okay. So these these spread apart, and they completely come off. Right. So.
Yeah, you'll pretty much have to take them all the way out in order to get the lightsaber out, I think. But
yeah, it's cool.
Pretty nice presentation. Yeah, I like that. You get the booklet. So that's the manual, I guess, for the lightsaber. Or is it a little miniature comic? It says Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures on it.
Yeah, so this is a comic, and they've collected some of the Stellan Gios stories where he's been featured or mentioned in this as well. We'll take a look at that here in just a second, but that's cool. I think this is an exclusive cover as well.
I was going to say that would likely be an exclusive cover then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's the instructions. So whatever that.
Throw those away.
Yeah, we don't need those. I'll figure this sucker out. Here's the certificate of authenticity.
Yeah. So is it numbered? Do you have a number on there?
Yeah, I've got number 3,204
out of 5,000. All right, cool.
Out of 5,000. See that there? Nothing on the back. And this is kind of a, feels like it's like a cardboard.
Probably just a little note cardboard thing.
Yeah, note card.
Pretty typical.
Embossed. Yep. That's kind of cool. And then it's got this foam piece here to get to the lightsaber. Look at that. Oh my god.
That's and there exciting. It is.
Oh, okay. It's stuck.
Okay, so it comes pre-assembled with the guards down and the lightsabers kind of installed.
Wow. Okay, so this is all metal. Nothing plastic.
Is it? Okay. Okay, yeah, because the colors make it look kind of...
It's completely solid, the whole thing. Like even this part up here, all of this is... Okay, so yeah, the button... Let me bring this a little bit closer to the camera so you can see. The button itself is metal. The hilt is metal. This weighs about the same. So here I brought the... again, I don't have a lot of lightsabers. I guess I'm a lightsaber collector now. But this is the Cal Kestis one that came with the special edition. And I talked about this a lot when I opened up that one about how heavy this sucker was. It's about the same weight as this thing is, maybe just a little bit lighter. But yeah, this thing is really, really heavy.
Very nice. Okay, so on the backside, you do have the belt clip that you can. So Disney actually sells a belt clip holder so you can snap it into place. It's got the little button so you can actually hang that from your belt. Yeah, there you go.
That one there.
Yeah, so they actually sell the belt clip things. I've got one. I can't find it. I don't see it in my site here, but yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so you got that. It's got this little button here. That doesn't do anything, though. It's just, I guess, for decoration. And then these buttons where I don't know if those are supposed to be buttons or not, the red ones. I love the detail. I love the fact that it's just got that one single piece of red on this. But those don't do anything. It looks like this is the switch you push up to turn it on. Which, all right, let's unscrew the bottom here. So is there something I should be turning on besides that in here? Do you know?
No, so yeah, when you undo the hilt here, usually there's the battery compartment, like I said, and sometimes I've got the plastic in there, so you usually have to kind of push and rotate. Yeah, or I guess it just pops out now.
This just comes out, yeah.
If it's very light, then there's no batteries in there.
Yeah,
but you may need to look. Yeah, there's a side screw. Look on the screen here, is that little silver part.
Yep.
Yeah, so you actually have to undo that in order to get the batteries out. Yep.
That's cool. Let me see. Well, it feels heavy, though. It does feel like there's, well, maybe not.
Yeah, it does not. Yeah, I don't think it has any batteries in there.
Yeah. All right. It probably would feel a lot heavier. And so I guess, okay, so this just takes, if you look here on the hilt. So I was talking to Jonesy about this, and I think I mentioned it on the show when I bought this. You know, it doesn't come with the blade. You have to buy a special blade online. I think it was called like Legendary Lightsaber Blade or something, which seems like it's just kind of a generic name that you can probably pop on any of the lightsabers. Again, I'm out of my element, honestly, guys, because I don't really collect these things. Now I do, but yeah.
And actually, that looks a little bit different than the standard Disney sabers. I've got one right here. Let me see.
So I've got it pulled. Yeah, I've got it in front of the camera right now. I could also put it in this camera. That maybe does a little better. No, it does not. But the cool thing is the cross hilt blade that you can see here, that's got a cover on it. Some kind of it's like a super thick, hard plastic. So that protects the light on the inside.
Are those removable?
I can turn them.
So that the lightsaber can actually, like the cross guard can actually contract?
Yes, I think it does. Hold on. I saw that in the instructions here. So
yeah, so while you're doing that, I've got one of the Disney Parks sabers, and just inside you can't really see in mine because of the lighting, but I don't have that same little circle that you've got in there, so I don't know if it would take the same blade of what was part of the Disney Park sabers compared with the other versions. But the legacy versions of the lightsabers and other things like that they sell in the park might be more compatible. We'd have to check that out.
Okay. Yeah, these do come off, so I'll show you here how that works. So if you take I don't know what this would be called, the arm, if you pull that down.
Cross guard or whatever.
Yeah, cross guard arm or whatever. And then you pull this one down. That exposes these, and these just screw out. So the actual, that's, okay. So if you really want to display it, I guess.
If you want to wear it, you can detach them, and then I guess they flip up.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like. So I'm unscrewing these right now. Good grief. It's like 1,000 threads on that thing.
It ain't going anywhere. Okay, there, and then actually kind of locks in place.
Yeah, it locks.
Oh, very nice. So what do the red buttons do?
Nothing. They're
Nothing,
just
they're
they're
decorative.
ornaments. Yeah, I mean they're decorative, I guess is the word. They do
Okay.
nothing. But I would imagine, if I'm Stellan Gios, I'm pressing that button to ignite the lightsaber. So what does a lightsaber smell like? That's what Alex asked. It smells like plastic.
It smells like victory.
It smells like $350 is what it smells like.
Right. It smells like Starlight Beacon going down in flames.
It smells like the box, if you really want to know. But yeah, I guess that's how you would carry it like that, right? When it's not in its hilt form. But still, it's cool. All metal. Again, this thing's pretty dang solid. And that just pops down. I'm going to put these back on here.
Yeah.
I want to know what to do with myself if I don't have them on there. Hey, there's a question in the chat.
Yeah, it was your brother. What does it smell
there's
like?
another one. Check up to scroll up to Music Train there.
Okay, yeah. So well, he's asking about Bad Batch. So how do we feel about only one more season of the Bad Batch? Actually, I mean, I think we were more or less assuming that 3 seasons would be a pretty good number, and then B, I don't know, about all they would do anyway. I think, to be honest with you. So I'm actually okay with it. I think it's gonna be fine. I think they've done a really nice arc to this point, and having it kind of a 3-season arc makes a lot of sense to establish Omega, get the lose tech and kind of get everybody, and you get that tension and you get the cliffhanger type of thing for season 2, and then we start to resolve it in a kind of way. And they can really take season 3 in a lot of different directions and timelines too.
That's true. I would imagine we're not going to get crazy. Like, I don't think they're going to, jump ahead much. I mean, we've still got the whole Mount Tantus thing going on too. So I'd like to kind of get some resolution to that before we're done. I think overall, in general, I would say, yeah, I mean, it sucks because I do like the show a lot, and to know that it's only 3 seasons is kind of a disappointment. But the, it's like with everything else, I think with Star Wars, at least the way we talk about it here on the show, is as long as 3 seasons is enough to kind of tell the story that he wants to tell, and I feel like, I got what I wanted from it, then I think I'll be okay with it. It feels like we're kind of winding down, though. I think they did a good job of that in the last season. They've kind of wrapped up some things, right? They gave them, I already forgot the island that they were on, but seeing them, possibly that being their future for some, others going on to fight on with Rex doesn't mean the story's over by any means, but it feels like there are paths for the characters to go now to go down to kind of wrap things up for this chapter of their life. I would expect we're going to still see Omega pop up at some point down the road. We might see characters again, like, I don't know, maybe it's probably not Hunter, but maybe we see Crosshair come back in and he joins with Rex. I'd love to see that redemption arc, if there's going to be one as such down the road. So it wouldn't necessarily be the end of the characters, but yeah, for some anyways, I think we probably are kind of at their end.
I think, and that's exactly where I would have gone as well, is that the characters can, for the ones that survive, they can feel free to pop up in other content, whether it's animated or live action or whatever else is going on. So I think it's an opportunity for those characters to live on in different ways outside of the Bad Batch. But I think it's kind of good for it to come to a natural conclusion relatively. I wouldn't call it 3 seasons quick, but I think this is almost the standard, the norm that we would expect to see from Star Wars content in general.
Yeah. And, we don't want ever to have Star Wars just linger, right? When it's kind of stayed past its time, right? So I think, again, I think it's probably good to just call it at 3.
Right. So we got a couple questions in the chat here. So my Star Wars guy says, are you going to keep the saber in the box, or will you display it out of the box? What's your plan for the saber?
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't really thought that through. Like, it's such a cool box. Like, it's almost, you almost want to show the box, but at the same time, like, really, this is the juice right here, which is this thing. I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't really have a way to display these things just yet. Maybe, maybe I'll, on this side of the wall, which you can't see, I've got some space up here. Maybe I'll do some, I've seen folks that have like racks, kind of like a gun rack, but it's a lightsaber rack. Maybe I'll do something like that and stick the box back here on display. I don't know, something like that. But it feels like both need to be shown, and I just don't know how to make that work.
Right. And then Alex wants to see the comic book.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Which, yeah, and to answer his question, is it unique to the Saber? Yes, I believe this is an exclusive comic from the High Republic Adventures. I'm trying to, while you're kind of pulling it out of the bag there, and I'll see if I can figure out what issues are actually contained within it.
Yeah, if you go to again, I don't know if you go to the European Disney store, you can still see the entry of it on the website, but you can't buy it. The U.S. website, and for whatever reason, I've not gone back to look, but I know for a while there it was missing off the U.S. website. You couldn't even just look at it if you wanted to.
Right, because I think when you originally linked it, it was, I think, the UK website.
Yeah. This might be.
So I think it's just it might just be issue 1 with just a unique cover.
Oh, really?
You may have to open it up there and take a look.
I didn't want to do that.
Well, as long as you don't crack the...
Try not to. Yeah, this is like the nicest comic I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is pure, like mint. So it says Star Wars High Republic Adventures, first mission, no stone unturned, the Hall, set for life, Crash and the crew do what they do, and Bralanak City Smackdown. So all the writers are here. Daniel Jose Older, Charles Soule, Justina Ireland, Claudia Gray are all contributors here. I don't remember if these stories, I don't want to open this up, but I can tell you.
Yeah, it's unclear.
So yeah, these are collected. Yeah, these are collected.
Yeah, so yeah, these are 6 different adventures. Yeah, they don't appear to be new stories, just bundled for an exclusive book there.
Yeah, with the cover on it. That's a cool. I like the back, almost like a virgin back.
Yeah, but still, these are fun. I mean, these are collectibles that, again, we only have 5,000 of. For a comic book, that's actually not a small run. That's actually a fairly decently sized run. So it won't be highly collectible, but it is still very exclusive. I love the artwork on it. It's very kind of watercolorish in some ways. And again, you have a collection of Stellan works too, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. So yeah, this will probably just stay in the box. I don't have a plan to take that out for anything. They give you a pretty quality board and bag, which is nice. So there you go. I mean, that's all it really is. I love it.
Cool.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it, and the fact that it's and here, look, I've got the other lightsabers just for size comparison. I should have brought my Gonk droid for scale, like I normally do.
That doesn't really work for these.
It doesn't really work. So there's the Cal Kestis lightsaber, which is off camera because it's so freaking long.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah,
it's massive. You can see it there. It kind of fits into the camera. Let me pull this down a little bit. There we go. So there's that one. A nice banging noise. We're not editing any of this stuff, so don't worry about it. And then here's the 2006 all plastic Darth Vader lightsaber. This is one of the telescopic ones that you can see here. This is going to make loud noise. I know it. Watch. Here we go. There we go. See that? Boom. They don't make these anymore. And they actually fetch a pretty good penny if you want to try to find one. All right. So anyways, there's the 2006 Vader lightsaber. And then the only other one that I have, again, all plastic, which is the Ezra gun saber, which is right there.
Yeah. So it's about consistent with what we're seeing for the new versions of Disney sabers, it looks like. It seems like the hilt might not be as thick though this time around. It seemed like you were able to get a pretty good grip around it compared to the Cal Kestis one.
Yeah, let me see. I don't. The thickest part of it is about the same, but look at me, like a big dummy. But the
careful with the other one.
This middle part, I know it's like banging of metals here. I mean, that's pretty. It's thinner than this one, but this one also has a grip.
Okay. Yeah. So they're probably about the
same. I just don't have any of the other Disney ones, so I couldn't compare it. I think if someone had brought their lightsaber like they said they were going to, probably could have done that.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
He's like, oh crap! I meant to bring the lightsaber. I didn't realize this one had the clip too. Now that you said that, I had no idea what this was.
Yeah, usually they all will.
That's cool.
You can see this one's got it kind of here on the end too.
Yeah. This one actually had this little clip too, though.
Yeah, some will do, like the more traditional ones, I've got one kind of in the background just off camera. They will have the D-ring instead, but usually they'll still also have the kind of the button clip there.
Yeah.
So you could do either way.
No D-ring on this one. Music Train says, congrats on your saber. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. This is You should have seen me spamming that button as fast as I could trying to get this thing. And it kept saying when I was trying to buy it, it kept saying could not process your order, or could not process your order, could not process your order. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm caught in one of these, you have it in your basket. It looks like you're going to check out, but you don't check out because it's technically sold out. I've been there so many times with so many things, and it finally went through. So,
well, I'm also relieved you just got one. You didn't get like 6 charged to you. So that's kind of a relief in its own way.
I'd be a millionaire if I got 6 of these guys, because I would. They had I think you had a limit of 3 when you purchased these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which still feels like a lot.
Yeah, I think with this one, I mean, this is supposed to be displayed though, Albert. So we got to figure out where to put this in your room, because you can take it out of the box. I mean, I like the promotional work they have for it, without the actual emitted blade that you could buy extra. But they've got the box kind of positioned and the saber laying against it in some kind of way. So there's got to be a way to kind of do all of that and
to show both,
present it nicely so you can at least enjoy it outside of the box. Otherwise, it just looks like another collector's edition of a video game.
Yeah. Oh,
that filled the shelves behind you.
What is your Orabesh is better than mine, I think. But what does that say?
That is probably not true. I think it says the High Republic.
TH the High. Maybe that's the. No,
yeah.
That's a T. That's an E. That's about all I know. I don't remember what that one is.
Yeah, I think it's the High Republic.
Well, this is an E right here, though.
That's an H. H-I-G-H.
H-E. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, yep. Right. H-I-G-H-R-E-P-U-B-L. Nope, I'm out of.
Well, I don't
characters.
know. Whatever.
we got time. Somebody
maybe it says the high ground. I don't.
The high ground.
I can't get a really good view of it here from on the camera, but yeah, it's a good looking box. I mean, so what do you feel like it was worth $400 though? I guess that's the thing that's the people that will kind of wonder if it feels like you got your $400 worth. I mean, you don't need context, right? But just does it feel like for a collectible that is a premium, we'll call it a premium collectible. I think it fits. Do you feel like, yeah, this is worth my money well spent?
So yes. I mean, honestly, as a huge Stellan Gios fan alone, even if this thing was, I don't know, I mean, there's a price on everything, right? But I would have probably been willing to go higher than this for it, just to have it. And because there's only 5,000 worldwide that were made, which seems like a lot, but in retrospect or perspective, it's not that many if you think about it. Given the price tag, that kind of deterred a lot of people from buying it. Now, yeah, there's a lot of them on there for sale from scalpers, but especially now, I wasn't even sure of the quality. Like I was looking at it and thinking, man, it looks really plasticky, especially with the color palettes and stuff that they use for it. It looked too ornate for it to be real metal. And the fact that it is real metal, I mean, from quality wise, it feels like, yeah, this is pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap. The box doesn't feel cheap. But as a Stellan Gios fan, yeah, I probably would have paid, maybe 500 would have been my ceiling on this thing. I don't know if I could have paid more than that, honestly, but it's just,
I'm glad you brought up it, like maybe looking a little bit cheap. Cause I think when you're not in person, these things look very different. I think with the very matte kind of finish of the colors and the way they styled it, it does have almost a plasticky look to it through the camera. Whereas in person, I imagine it doesn't have that same kind of quality to it. It has a very different quality, but just viewing it on a screen doesn't necessarily pop out at you as much as you would expect it to. I think I would have expected a little more like chrome or something else to give it a little more definition. I think maybe on the silver and black parts.
Yep. Yeah. It especially like the reds here, right? That it's almost like it feels like it's probably been painted, right? I mean, these aren't solid. This isn't like gold metal or anything, right? This has all been painted. So that alone probably gives it. Now this is kind of a brushed metal here in the middle there, but that's, other than that, everything else is kind of a, semi-glossy, kind of almost a matte at times, depending on where you're looking at it. But yeah, it does look like, oh, this looks like, my Vader 2006 lightsaber, until you actually pick it up and you're like, holy crap, this whole thing is all one piece.
Yeah. Here, I'll pull my other Disney saber out. So I've got 2. But I think just looking at the quality, looking at the kind of the quality differences of what you have based on, and this one's actually the threads, they threaded it wrong, so it's actually off, which is really pisses me off. But anyway, I think you compare it more with this one, right? Because it's,
Yep.
I mean, these are custom built because you can pick the different parts, but you could see where some things don't look, they look a little flatter, but in person, they're okay. But they're not always everything you want for kind of a perfect, what you would consider an ornate lightsaber in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks, some of the metal and some of the coloring looks very similar to what they're doing here. So,
right. Yeah. So some things work a little bit better than others on these, but again, they all feel heavy. I mean, they all have weight. They all have, they actually feel and they sound, you can kind of hear rattling around, and that's just the metal. I mean, it's intentional for that. Right. So it's fun that they actually do that, because I think it's important for them to feel like they actually have something to it, so they don't feel cheap.
yeah.
And so I like that, though. And I like that some of your comments here, though, that the hinges are where I was really worried about this one around the crossguard, because those are the parts that either won't stay, they'll get loose over time, they won't snap in place, they'll feel like they get flimsy or fall, or they feel like they'll just break. So that's a relief to hear, and they've done a really quality job with making sure you've got really long thread lines on the actual saber part.
Yeah, this is the only, now you said that, I just noticed here, the only thing that's plastic is that little clip. Let me pull it up to the microphone here. You see this right here?
Yeah.
That's a little clip that pops into place. I think over time, if I sat here and played with this thing a lot, right, it would probably wear down. So that would be the only thing, and it's really the only thing on here that's plastic outside of this little, the holder there for your belt. So yeah, I don't plan on running around with this thing and, running through the neighborhood swinging at kids. Although that would be a lot of fun. So yeah, I think it's probably fine, but I think over time that would probably get loose. It wouldn't pop, it wouldn't feel as sturdy.
Right.
But otherwise, yeah, this thing is.
But again, not really intended to be played with in a
right.
traditional sense of going out and whacking everything. Yeah.
I just like the clicky noise.
You're going to wear it out on camera.
I know. It's going to break. Watch. What an idiot. I want to put this back in here.
Right. And you wouldn't even have it in. You wouldn't be able to leave it.
I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you what I'll do, because I'm a dork and I didn't get the batteries. I'm going to, I'll put some batteries in this thing, and maybe we'll just release it on Patreon and social media so you can kind of see and hear the sucker fire up.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it uses, you got your instructions there. I can't remember if it's AAA or AA of what fit in the little compartments. I thought they were AA, but it seems awfully small. It might be AAA. I can't remember.
I don't really see.
So one thing I do recommend, though, since we live in the South, is when you're not going to use these things, make sure you do take out your batteries. Yeah, do not leave them in your electronics, because they will corrode.
So I'm an avid camper, and I have a lot of things that run on batteries when I go camping. I have learned to never store batteries down here in Texas.
Oh, I've learned the hard way. Like with this Vader up above me, the one that Josh loves so much.
Mm-hmm.
The one of him kneeling, it doesn't work anymore because the batteries, blew up in the compartment.
Yeah,
which is really disappointing, because that's about $1,000 piece these days.
Really? Oh my God! Really? I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't when I bought it, but it is now. Well, very cool. Well, I'm glad you're happy with it. So out of 10, how would you rate this as your second official Disney lightsaber?
It's a 10. Like, I hate to be dramatic about it, but again, the fact that it's Stellan Gios and you got a cool box and it's well constructed. I got a free comic to boost. It's limited. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I do like it a lot. Definitely think it's worth it. Ash, look at that. She joined. Avar Hilt win. Man, I don't know. But again, that's another one. Like, if they released all three of them, the firebrands, right? And I got I could get Elzar's and get Avar's. I think I would have to. I would expect, maybe they are going to do something like that. If this was a success, maybe they'll look at it and go, okay, now how do we get some of the other ones released? But
you're right. When they kill off Avar, they can sell a lightsaber for her.
Stop. Have you read, oh no, just kidding. Eye of Darkness yet?
I have read Eye of Darkness, actually.
It looks like something I could buy at Walmart. Yeah. It looks, but it's different when you pick it up.
Yeah, again, what you see on screen is not always kind of how you feel these things, yeah.
Alex says, I'd run around with it and shower with it. That's gross. Rob says, put a chain on it, and you can wear it as a necklace during the shows. Yeah, you've heard of Flava Flav. It's going to be the same kind of thing. 10 shill. Oh, because of my rating. Yeah. I don't know. Again, I have no perspective. I like it more than the Cal Kestis one, even though I think that one's really cool looking. It seems like it's such an impractical lightsaber for, well, it wasn't really his, right? It was handed down to him, but
right.
Yeah.
I'll reserve judgment until I can see them in person again soon. But yeah, I'm glad you're happy with it. I think these can be a lot of fun. They're something that not everybody can afford. So to be able to have them and kind of display them is kind of a really nice privilege to be able to have that opportunity.
Yep. Well, they have the company back here. Oh, okay. Here's where I was like, there's nothing in there says the battery types. I forgot that it was on the back.
This is where old man Albert gets into.
Pull my glasses. What's that say? Oh, it's over here. Here it is. Yeah, 3 AAA batteries is what I need, which I have. Okay. So I'll run down and grab some of those, and I'll
make sure you grab a small Phillips screwdriver as well.
Yeah,
because you have to unscrew it.
Yep. So cool. Let's see. I'll take the Cal one, says Alex. Come get it, buddy. You know where
that Cal one's pretty cool, but it is obscenely large, though.
It really is.
Yeah, like the emitter is really, I mean, it's crazy long.
Yeah, there it is right now. Is it like kosher to take these stickers off? Like the don't dispose of it and all that?
Oh, man.
Kill the value?
Well, you're not doing it necessarily for value, so I would say do whatever you feel is most comfortable. I think if you were cosplaying with these things, yeah, you would probably want to take those off just to make sure you didn't have anything that did it. It's only those retail sabers that have that crap, though.
Oh, really?
Like, the ones you construct to kind of build. Any that you get pre-made have those stickers on it, just because these all come on the other boxes and everything else you do when you sign your life away to Disney.
Yeah.
But so if you're not going to potentially want to resell it, I don't think it devalues the product at all. I don't think it does anything to the product. The only thing I would caution you about is if it leaves any residue. So that's the only part, because then you have to do something to get rid of the residue, and then you can find products that are safe for metal, but again, you have to work a little bit out of there too to make sure you don't get any discoloration.
Yeah, you could use some like alcohol and just slowly pick away at the stickiness.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Well, we'll end the show here, and again, I'll once I'm done, I'll run down, grab some batteries, and we'll pop it in there and see what this sounds like. In fact, I might as well just do the Cal Kestis one, because I've never done that either. It's just still sitting there.
Oh, wow.
And I know it turns on, so maybe I'll do a twofer on that one when I get a chance here. But let's see. All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody who came out to this unboxing, the live feed. Jonesy, were you taking names? Hopefully you were.
Yeah, I was. Music Training, My Star Wars Guys, Steph, Sky, Alex, and of course, Ash here at the end. We appreciate everyone coming out. CantinaCast.com/YouTube. If you are curious, if you're not subscribed, we would appreciate it if you'd like the videos as well. Make sure you go and check out Albert and Ed on the Way Station, where they talked a lot about the news just before this show. We'd love for you to get caught up on all the things you missed, including your Star Wars holiday gift guide or whatever. Yeah. A lot of garbage this year, but there's some cool things. There's some cool things sprinkled in there. So yeah, definitely want to go out to StarWars.com and check that out if you're needing to do some last minute Star Wars shopping, Christmas holiday shopping.
Yeah. You've got a threat. I think this is your first official death threat, but Ash says, if Avar dies, I'm coming for you, Jonesy.
I have a theory on what's going to happen with her and Elzar, so we'll see.
Okay, well, so you're confirming she doesn't die. Let's see. Shadows of Starlight, 1 and 2.
I'm on the phone with Kevin Scott right now.
Kevin, listen, we got to talk, buddy. We got Shadows of Starlight parts 1 and 2 coming out this month. We've got Who Knows Vader is Anakin as a Patreon show coming up here soon as well.
That should be fun.
And and we'll do the Star Wars Holiday Special again on the 17th. And then Laura and I are going to do Life Day Treasury. So there's a story that was written by George Mann. It was in the Life Day Treasury book. It's about Stellan Gios, and it's a very, very beautiful story. Not exciting. There's not, Jedi fighting, but it says a lot about his character, and it's just going to make that hurt all the more hurtful, knowing that he's passed. But we've not had a chance to talk about that one, so we're going to release that one here the week of Christmas. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then we'll take a break for a couple weeks because of the holidays and spend time with our families, get outside, get some sunlight. And then we'll come back at the first of the year and pick up on Shadows of Starlight number 3 and 4. And then finally we will get into we'll get into the
Edge of Darkness.
Yes. The Eye of Darkness. Parts 1, 2, and 3. Now, the way we're going to do Eye of Darkness is we're going to talk about in the first part, we'll talk about Avar Kriss, Porter Engle, and Rill, who is she's the news reporter that was part of that you probably remember from Phase 1. We'll wrap that, and then we'll kind of talk about some of the what they do, and we may bleed in here a little here and there because you have to. Part 2 will be Bel Zettifar, Buryaga. Oh, spoiler, and because he lived, and
well, you guys already talked about that. So
I know. I don't even care at this point. And then Elzar, you should have already read it. Elzar Mann. So we'll talk about all 3 of those characters, and then we'll wrap up with Part 3, which will be Marchion Ro, Gyarastaros, and just the Nihil in general, and kind of give our final thoughts and that sort of thing on the books.
Yeah, I hope y'all working a little bit on the Nameless as well as what's kind of going on there. And to add on to all of that, StarWars.com's got some previews and some, I don't know if they'd call them interviews, but some quotes and things like that about where Phase 3 is going. So if you are curious and want to flirt a little bit with spoilers, although it is on StarWars.com,
yeah,
Charles Soule, Calvin Scott, those guys start to talk a little bit about that and about what you can kind of expect in from that. And I think there's some really interesting comments about the Nameless in general, the Baron, other characters that are kind of ancillary characters in Eye of Darkness, but I think are going to pay off later on. So pay attention to this book when you go read it, because there's going to be a lot of the details that get pulled out of it are going to be used throughout Phase 3. Really important.
Yeah. The way I would summarize Phase 3 coming to an end is a lot of Jedi are going to die, and likely at the hands of the Nameless and Marchion Ro. So there you go. It's going to be a good story. I can't wait to see how Avar dies.
Yeah, that would be really sad for me because I'm going to have Ash coming after me. So
yeah. I've got my Avar shirt already ironed, and it's ready to go for those shows, by the way. So
yeah, and then maybe Project Luminous at some point would have an Avar Lives shirt, kind of like what Filoni did with Ahsoka.
Yeah. Albert, pay attention to this book for me so you can tell me about it. Okay, I'll do that. We can talk in Discord or whatever.
You will have 6 hours of content come the first of the year.
Yeah,
Ash. So
exactly. You can just watch the shows, but let me know.
just watch them like in 2x speed or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to get out of here, call it a night, and we'll see you guys here later this week. Jonesy, thanks for being on this show, man. Good to see you again. Two shows in within 7 days. What's going on?
I appreciate that. Hey, also, a quick shout out. You guys are going to do that Who Knows That Vader is Anakin? Yeah. That's actually a Patreon recommendation from Steve. Yep. So thank you, Steve, for the recommendation. And for you Patreon folks, when y'all do throw out ideas out there, we do take notes and kind of log them so to see if there's something we can come back to and we want to come back to and explore. And that's one we've had in the catalog and kind of the backlog for a while. So again, thank you for doing that. We appreciate that.
Yeah. And that show will be a little bit, we'll talk about the who knows, but then kind of speculate on what does that mean? What has it meant and what does it possibly mean going forward? So, all right, enough of that. Thanks, guys, for being here. We'll see you guys here very soon.
You're still listening? Wow. That's amazing. Well, I'm here to give you the disclaimer. Normally we do a big, long, drawn-out disclaimer thing saying what's what and who's what and all that other stuff, but I think you guys kind of know that Lucasfilm and Disney have no affiliation with us at all, and we have none with them. We talk about Star Wars, which is their property and all that other good, fun stuff, but I think you can tell which is our stuff and which is their stuff. If you can't, well, then send a lawyer to send an email to me, and I'll be glad to chat with them. Other than that, you know what's what, so that's your disclaimer.